The third Olympus president in 2 weeks started work with the promise of an independent investigation into claims it bought companies for more than they were worth and paid too much to advisors. Shuichi Takayama still managed to get in a dig at the man who went public with the allegations, prompting a sell-off that more than halved the company's value.
The reason why shares fell so much is because Mr. Woodford gave out important information, including things we didn't even know. If it wasn't for Mr. Woodford, we would still be well placed in the market and our business would be healthy. But I do realise the importance of corporate governance and will improve our management style.
It's been a year of questionable management practices here in Japan. In September, Daiyo Paper sacked its chairman for taking loans from subsidiaries. He's denying claims he used the cash to go on gambling trips to Macau. In July, the trade minister rebuked Kyushu Electric Power, which used its workers posing as locals to send emails supporting the restart of a nuclear reactor. Is anyone investigating these companies? Well, that's hard to know because the Securities and Exchange Surveillance Commission says if it told us that, share prices may tumble. In the cases of Olympus, Daiyo Paper and Kyushu Electric Power, shares fell anyway. Some say companies need to be forced to open up to outside scrutiny.
Japan doesn't have any infrastructure legally for independent oversight committees composed of independent members of the board. And as a result of that, what has developed in the absence of that has been this custom of what they call third-party committees, which are really exercises in sort of running around when the crisis has happened and the house is burning to find a group of reputable sounding people who are willing to sit on the committee and do some kind of outside decision or investigation so as to restore credibility to an insider-only board that can't do it by itself.
International business groups and Japan's Independent Directors Network are pushing for legal changes that would force companies to put truly independent executives on their boards. Nobuo Gohara headed the independent investigation into Kyushu Electric, and he's still trying to force management to accept his recommendations. He says whistleblowers like Woodford are needed to alert shareholders because they're the ones with the power to force change.
We'd never had known about the serious issues with Olympus if Woodford hadn't spoken out. He thought the Japanese media weren't reporting the issues properly at the beginning. But at the end of the day, shareholders need to act to protect their own interests. They are the ones that suffer most. Look at Olympus. Shares dropped to half their value. They need to act to remove such management.
Nick Banesh says there's a lot more at stake than shareholder value if Japanese companies continue to ignore outside voices. He points to TEPCO and Japan's worst ever nuclear disaster as the ultimate example of management gone wrong. Mike Fern, Bloomberg, Tokyo.